Good afternoon, friends. It's good to see you tuning in, and I'm glad you've joined us today. I'm so glad for the subscribers, and I'm also glad for my friends and family that watches, and I hope you're having another one of them blessed days. It sure is pretty outside today. It's just real nice. It's not too hot, it's not too cool. So it's just one of them days we rarely get. Usually it's either too hot or too cold for us. But anyway, it's good to be back with you today. And I've been doing a lot of thinking about my family and different things. We're fixing to start in on having a bunch of birthdays. We've got a lot in September and October. And I just got to thinking about my mother when she started to school. Her and my Uncle Daryl, he started to school, and they were in a one room schoolhouse is what they had. They had one teacher, and she taught all the grades from up to the 6th grade or 5th grade. I'm not sure which. And anyway, well, Mother went to school, and Uncle Daryl had went to school the first day, and the teacher said something to Uncle Daryl about uh, Daryl, and he looked at her real funny, and she said, "That's your name." He said, "No, ma'am, that's not my name." Said, "My name is Bud." And she, the teacher said, "No, your name is Daryl." And anyway, he turned and looked at my mother, which was older than he was. He said, "Sis, my name is Bud, isn't it?" And of course, everybody remembers that because he thought his name was Bud. And then he turned and called her Sis. He thought her name was Sis. But anyway, it's real sweet. One of them things that has went on for the generations. I've heard my mother tell that several times about how Daryl would turn and look at her and say, "Sis, my name is Bud." And she said, "No, it's not, Daryl. Your name is Daryl." And but anyway, I thought that was real sweet. Them being in a one-room schoolhouse and him not even knowing his real name. But we raised one that was the same way. We sent Laverne to school, and we had give her a nickname, and she would kill me if I told you what it was. But the teacher called her that name, called her Laverne, and she didn't know who Laverne was. As a matter of fact, her name was Betty Laverne, and she didn't know her name was Betty Laverne. All she knew was her nickname. And if I give it out, it'd go all over the city of Carlsbad, and she'd kill me. So I'm not going to give out her nickname, or I'm going to try not to before this is over. Anyway, I'm just thinking of different things that happened some first days of school, and I remember them talking about my sister when she started to school. They had a day that everybody could bring their pet to school. And so Margie had a little pen that we had a pet, she had a pet rabbit she put in that little pen, and they put some water in it and some feed in it and let her carry it to school. And she was so happy she got to take her rabbit to school because she had a pet like some of the other kids. So anyway, during school, before lunchtime come, she went and checked on her rabbit, and there was something in the pen, and she went and got the teacher. She said, "Look, this rabbit is sick." Said, "Look at that stuff in the pen." Said, "This rabbit has to be sick, so I think I'll take it home at noon." They used to let us walk home to eat lunch if you lived close enough to school. We had an hour, and we could eat at home and walk back to school. Well, she had been walking back and forth to school from lunch, and so the teacher told her, said, "Well, Margie, I think that'd be a good idea if you just go ahead and take it home at noon," because Margie thought it was sick, and she took that in, and of course she explained to Mom and Daddy that she brought it home because it was sick. Look at that stuff in the pen, and all that was wrong is the rabbit had to use the restroom, and Margie didn't know what it was. So I'm sure the teacher laughed about that. Of course, they talked about that for years, about how Margie brought the sick rabbit home from school that day. And then I think about Cindy. She went to school, and when she was in school, well, she come home one day and she had a stack of papers that she had done, and it's either the first or the kindergarten, I'm not sure. But her having followed older children, she was smart. I mean, she already knew a lot of her colors and what colors was and everything. And she brought them colors in, the papers in that she had colored, and she had a fire engine, and it said, paint the fire engine red. Well, hers was blue. And I said, Cindy, what color was this fire engine supposed to be? She said, I know what color it was supposed to be. Said it was supposed to be red, but I'm tired of using my red Crayola. I wanted to use a different color, so I colored it blue. And what they'd done, they was learning the color red, and they were coloring their pictures red. She had a red apple, she had a red schoolhouse, and she had a blue fire truck because she got tired of coloring with red. She didn't want to use all her red Crayola up either, she said. So anyway, just these little stories just keep coming back to memory of different ones that done different things and different occasions that happen, and it's also exciting, and we just never forget these little stories about things like that. And I remember that Cindy didn't come home with all S's satisfactory on her little report card. She'd get a U once in a while because she had her own idea about things and why she didn't do what she was supposed to do. But you know, we grow up with these kids and have all these kids, and they all have their own personality. They have their own idea about things. And I tell you what, sometimes you have a hard time convincing them that maybe they could be wrong. You know, we're wrong, but they might think that, you know, you can't find nothing they've done wrong. So anyway, that's just some sweet ideas and things that I remember, and I think of my dear little mother. She will be 101 her birthday if she lived in the next few weeks, and it's just so many good memories. I'm so glad that she gave me so many good memories and so many things that we done together. And them are things that I treasure that I won't forget, and I want to be sure to pass them on to my children. You have a blessed day. Live for the Lord and keep your chin up.